Hey folks, I got a little bit of snow. Not much at all. They, at most, probably about an inch. I decided to go out for a drive tonight just to go out and get some fresh air. And as I was getting ready to go out, I get a frost or fog advisory. I look outside and it's foggy. Okay, and tell us what we're already getting. So I went out, and it's pretty chilly. Like the monster's covered in frost now. Everywhere, everything's got frost on it. So I'm not sure how good the video would turn out tonight. It's all frozen. Oh, and my beard's just melting now, but it's like completely soaked here. Ugh. I shouldn't have done that. Now my hand's wet. But I forgot to bring my other camera out, so I gotta use this one. So hopefully it will work out okay. It tends to, so it should be alright. But I went and grabbed me a coffee, went down the dam, and sat down there for a bit, and I come up the park trail. I decided to go out to a soccer field, sit down at the river there. I didn't go all that far down because I didn't want to take a chance on not being able to back up the hill and then have to get up and push, and I really didn't want to do that. So I done just the corner here at the stop sign. My low battery warning started, so about as far as I could get. But everything's good. Kind of enjoyed the night. It's chilly now. I have a feeling the snow stuck to the tree, so I have a feeling when we got the snow, it was wet snow, and the temperatures dropped and everything's frozen now. And I'm driving, it's like everything's really super crunchy, and it's so loud, and it was killing my ears. So I think it was warmer before. I think that's why we got the fog. By the time I got home, most of the fog's gone now, so it's cleared up. Now when I was sitting down at the river, I look up and I can see stars through the fog. But what was kind of cool is I'm sitting there and cars going across the bridge, and the railing pillars, the shadows from it as the cars going by are moving through the fog. That looked really cool. I don't know if the camera will pick that up or not. I'll look and see, but I doubt it. I doubt it's bright enough. But it looked pretty cool. So it was kind of a nice night. I kind of enjoyed it. I'm a little bit chilly now, but enjoyed it. So, got my new shoes. Zach goes to a pet store in London. It's called Pet Paradise, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And there's a Walmart nearby there, so I went with him. Got my shoes. So, I needed new shoes anyways, but now I have something kind of nice. They cost a little bit more. They're Dr. Scholl's brand. That's all Walmart had. That particular Walmart. It's not a large Walmart. It's not a super center or anything. It's pretty small. And they really didn't have a whole lot of selection. As far as shoes that I was looking for, they had 3 to choose from. They're all pretty much the same. I just picked the color I liked the best. So I got my shoes. I'm happy. And while we were at the pet store, there's this cat treat. It's called, I've seen it. One of the guys I watch, he lives in his RV, drives around the US with his cats, and he's got these things. They're called squeeze-ums or squeeze-ups or something like that. They're little tubes, and you rip the top off it, and there's this little hole in the end. You squeeze it, and the cat licks it as it comes out. It's kind of cool. So I've been looking for them for a while, and I can't find. There's nothing around here. I looked on Amazon. There's nothing on Amazon. So I figured, it's probably only a US thing, only available in the US. If I went on to Amazon.com, I'd probably find them. And no problem with doing that is, some people won't ship to Canada. So I just go to .ca, and everything that's there I know is available to Canada. So I've never found them. So while I was at the pet store, I went looking around, and they have them. They're not called what I thought they were. These ones are Cat Hit Creamy something like that. So there's 5 in a package, and they cost me about $7. So this is kind of a specialty pet store. They got reptiles, snakes, frogs, lizards, iguanas, chameleons, geckos, you know, snakes. Oh, I said snakes already. They got birds, fish. They got all kinds of stuff there. So it's kind of a specialty store, so it's going to be more expensive anyways. But now that I've got them, I know what they're called. I looked on Amazon. Yeah, there they are. The exact same ones that I got, different package. It's a 12 pack for $10. So at least now I know I can get them. But now they're not all that cheap, so I'll just give him one a week. There's not going to be a daily thing for him. He liked it. He ate the whole thing. He really liked it. He likes chicken, so I got him the chicken flavor. Chicken and liver, I think it is. He really liked that. So this is Sunday night. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll hear from the dealer about the charger to find out how much that's going to be. And then I am going to get me a new camera. I'm obviously not going to be able to get the one that I want, a $900 one. I've got close to the amount that I need right now. With taxes and everything, it's going to be $1,000. And it's just out of reach for me, and I can't hold on to my money. I can't save, because I don't get enough to have any extra. So I kind of rely on getting bulk amounts now and then. I'm losing my voice, holy smokes. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to do it. So I gotta, once again, settle with what I can afford, which I really hate. So I spent hours yesterday going through all the different there's so many to choose from when it comes to cheap cameras. But I kind of settled on 3. I didn't want to go below $200 because that's, you know, when you get into the garbage range. And there are some features that I will not do without. It's got to have infrared. So when I get in dark situations, I've made use of that many times. And I have to get close, you know, close enough, because I can get this pretty close, but it's wide angle, and it's infinite focus. So, you know, I think these cameras, I think you can get like 1-2 inches away before things start to get blurry. So I was looking for that, and I found a Sony. It was really nice. I don't like Sony anyways. I had a Sony camera at one time. I did not like it. It wouldn't keep focus, and there's a couple other things I didn't like about it. So it was junk. And everybody else that had a Sony has pretty much said the same thing. They might be better now. They might be higher quality, but it was nice. It had a 30 times optical zoom. I don't remember the price. It was $300-400, something like that. And I would have got it, but there was a reason that I said, nope, not for me. I can't remember what that was. Now, I think the minimum distance, I think, was like 1.2 meters or something. Like, no thanks. That's kind of like the camera I use back here. The minimum distance is like 3-4 feet. It's like, no, I need to get closer than that. I think that's what it was. There might have been a couple things. That I'm sure was one of them. But I found 3 cameras that are good enough for what I want them for. They're just, none of them have optical zoom. When you get into optical zoom, you tend to get into the higher prices. And that's one of the main features I'm looking for. I just cannot find that in the cheap cameras. That Sony was the closest I got. And that 30 times optical zoom is the same as the $900 camera that I want, the Panasonic. So I'll throw these 3 on the screen here. They're different brands. Now the top one is Ketkar, which I see a lot of on Amazon. The second one is Kukaya, which I've never heard before. And the third one is Ordro. Most of the cameras the cheap cameras on Amazon are Ordro, and it's supposed to be a good company. It's been around for a long time. The main complaint I see about it is when they come up with a new camera, they don't just make a new camera, they upgrade older cameras. So a lot of the comments, or the older comments, are referring to a previous camera. So they have a complaint about something, it doesn't reflect the camera that's actually in the listing. It's kind of dumb the way they do that. If I can come up with an example. There was one, somebody pointed it out, that somebody had complained about it, and this particular camera, or someone asked about it because they saw that in one of the reviews, and they asked about it. And say for example, it would have been better with a touch screen or something, and the model that's actually in that listing is a touch screen. So that's just an example of an upgrade that they've done to the same camera model, but or same camera. They just gave it a different model name, but it's the same camera under the same listing. It's just dumb the way they do that. It gets confusing. So these three cameras, I settled on these because they're closest thing I could find in a price range that I'm comfortable with, that have most of the features I'm looking for, or the greatest number of features I'm looking for. None of them have all of them. I would be happy if it did, but so looking at the reviews on them, they're neutral. There's good and bad. Nothing major on any of them, so these are the three I'll go with. And the top two are the ones that I'm most inclined to go with. The top one especially, and amazingly, it's not the most expensive. So, if you guys have any experience with any of these cameras, or know anything about the brand names, what's good and what's not good, I am requesting information before I make my decision. But I'm not gonna buy it for a while yet. Anyways, I want to get my charger first. That's my priority, and then this is my second priority. And that's all that I was planning on in this round of purchasing. So that's my request. If you know anything about any of these, let me know. Give me some guidance on it if you have any experience whatsoever, or if you know anybody who has, or even just the brand name itself, if you know anything. So I am looking at my camera here. I don't know how well you can't really see it. As I explained before about the coating on this polarizer lens, you can't really see it. It's getting kind of smudgy. I should clean that. So I know I've talked about it. I can't really see it now. In the daytime it's obvious. Like the coating's kind of peeling. I can almost see it. I don't know if the camera can, but right in this area, right in here. You can in the daytime it's got a blue tint to it. If you've ever had a bonfire and you burnt wood that was painted and the paint starts bubbling, that's kind of what it looks like. It's like there's air behind the coating. I'm thinking there's two possibilities. Either the salt gets to it, which is why I'm not going to change it until spring. It's possible the salt kind of eroded the coating and got some moisture in behind it or something. And the other possibility is the hot sun bearing down on it, because it does get pretty warm. So those are the two possibilities I'm thinking of. But I got looking, and there are cheap versions now. I found one for $20, so I'm gonna take a chance on see how it, because I don't want to pay $70 every year for one of these. Well, I guess every couple years. They last about 2 years. So that's what they've been costing, about $70. So I'm gonna try a cheap one and see what happens. If it's any better, if the quality, image quality, um, is not affected too bad by it. I think that's probably the biggest difference would be the image quality with the cheaper ones. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm gonna grab me one of those now. I'm not gonna put it on till spring, like I said, just so it doesn't get subjected to the salt spray. And hopefully all is good that way. So I think that's all I got. I gotta take my Christmas stuff off soon. I got my milk last night when I went out, or night. Was it last night? Or night? No, I guess it was the night before. I don't remember. I took the milk out and I left the top flap up. I went to bring it down and the strap kind of got caught on. So I wanna get these off of here before, you know, I destroy them on their first use. So I usually take them off in January anyways. If I get lazy or if it gets really super cold or whatever and I don't do anything, then, you know, they'll stay on here till like March. But generally I try to take them off in January. So hopefully, you know, I'll get to that soon. Really soon. Because I really don't want these to get damaged. I only got one use out of them so far. These are my new ones. So I guess that's all I got. My main reason for making the video tonight is, you know, these cameras. Get your opinion on them, and hopefully I'll get your. I've been seeing your comments. I've had some questions that I want to answer, and I just really haven't had the time. And the last few days I haven't been feeling all that good. Today I'm not bad, but the last few days. Yesterday really wore me out. That was a long drive. I kind of laughed because the reason he went to that pet store because he was buying fruit flies for his critters. Oh yeah. Well, I kind of laugh at that because, you know, a 3-hour drive just to buy fruit flies. It kind of sounds funny. But I just, you know, and then I got into Walmart and I had to walk through the store looking for different things and waiting in line to, you know, check out. It just wore me out. I can't sit that amount of time, you know, anymore, and it just destroys my legs. And then to start walking and then stand and wait and then another long drive sitting like that, it really wore me out. But which is why I don't think I went out last night. I don't remember the last time I went out, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't last night just for that reason. But yeah, it was fun. Got out of the house, got to do me some shopping and stuff, and you know, the funny thing is I went to Walmart to get my shoes because I figured I'd have a better selection of, you know, cheaper price shoes, and well, I was wrong. Like I said before, when I get shoes, they usually cost me like $20. They don't have to be anything special because I don't really walk all that much. They just have to be on my feet. So these ones for $50, 54 I think, and they're actually Dr. Scholl's. So they're not a cheap brand, but you know, they're not expensive either. But that's the most I've spent on shoes in a long time. And like I said, I had the choice of 3. That's crazy. But I did look at the cameras there. I forgot about that. I went to the electronics department and went to see what they had for cameras. They have a whole display, a 4-foot display. They had exactly one camera. Everything else was empty. And so many empty shelves in Walmart right now. It's insane. Even in the shoe department, the whole aisle of shoes, there's so much empty space in it. It's just crazy. But I was able to get what I wanted, so I'm happy. So my next goal now is to figure out what kind of camera to get that I can afford. Unfortunately, but I need something, so I got to. So anyway, that's it. I don't know if we'll show the tour from tonight. We'll take a look and see what it looks like. Camera lens doesn't look too bad. It'll be this camera that I used, but the waterproof case, I'm looking at the lens and it's not, there's no frost or anything on it, no condensation. Like everything else, is just, you know, there's rust everywhere. Built up pretty good. But there doesn't seem to be any on the lens itself, so maybe it'll turn out alright, I don't know. But we will see. Anyway, that's all I got.